Okay.
Okay, welcome everybody again to our, I don't know how many this is, probably 5 months in now of our Jewel from our Jewels. And it's just such a blessing every week to have these amazing leaders spend this half hour with us. And we get a great little training for the week. And I just absolutely love our Thursday mornings together. And this one's really special. This is Kim Tharp, and I met her at our leadership it's our Emerald training that all of you are going to get to go to when you turn Emerald. And it is amazing, amazing, amazing. And Kim and I were partners for a little thing we had to do, breakout session thing we had to do. And she's just amazing. She's from Texas, and she's Sapphire, amazing. And I'm going to let her take over right now. So here she is, wonderful Kim.
All right. Hey, guys, welcome. So this is what One Plexus is all about. I just bought a house, and I'm moving, and she sent me a message. I'm like, oh, yes, I can do it. So
I know.
y'all remember, as you move up, always help everyone out. That's so important. So she introduced me, Kim. I turned Sapphire in March, so pretty excited about that. Obviously love Plexus in Texas. My husband and I, just a little background on us, we lived paycheck to paycheck for years, never had money in savings, anything like that. And then Plexus kind of rolled around into our lives, and I started taking it to lose a little weight, like most people do. And then I realized that, hey, maybe I should sell it. And so, of course, I started selling it, and then everything just started building up from there. About 6 months in, I told my husband I was going to quit my teaching job, and he looked at me like I was crazy because I did the books. He didn't do it, so he didn't know what was going on. Mm-hmm. And so I told him that, and he's like, I don't think so. And I'm like, well, I'm making more than you're making. And he was an assistant principal at the time. Oh my. So he was like, oh, well, okay then. I guess you can quit your job. So I quit my job, started really, I was already pouring my heart into Plexus, but then I really stepped it up. And then I hit Emerald a year ago last November. Went to Maui last year, was fabulous. And then my husband's lifelong dream was to move to the coast and fish. He's a salty fisherman, and that's his love. That's his passion. And when he married me, that was always his goal, to get back to Corpus Christi, Texas, and live on the coast and fish. And of course I was like, no, my mom's here. We're staying here. And so he did. He was the dutiful husband. And then when Plexus has entered our lives, I thought, wouldn't it be amazing if God moved us there and we could arrange that? So sure enough, last year, we sold our house, we moved, and we rented for the year just to make sure I was going to survive. Yeah. Because this is a tiny town. There's no Target and there's no Chick-fil-A, just to let you know. I shop at H-E-B. Bells. We have a Bells. There you go. Mm-hmm. And we have Walmart. So there you go. That's our life. Anyway, but I love this town. When you drive into it, you're on island time. It's like everything slows down. There's no traffic at 6:30. It's a Rockport, Texas, if you've never been there. It's fantastic little town. So y'all come visit anytime. Yeah. So we just bought our house yesterday. We closed yesterday. We're moving today and, this week. And so there we are, So I'm so excited about this business. I'm so excited about convention. I hope you guys are going. Mm-hmm. If you're not going, then I'm sure Cindy will fill you in whenever she gets back. But convention is amazing. It inspires you, and then when you get back, you get to inspire your team that didn't come. So I wanted to share with you, I don't know if you've seen Amy Paul's Plexus bus, out and about. She was a Jewel in Hawaii. She was an Emerald, and she moved back to the United States with her 7 kids, I think, and she's homeschooling her kids, driving the Plexus bus around. And she kind of came up with this rough idea, and then I kind of played around with it and made a Zoom and trained all of my golds and above on this kind of Zoom prospecting is what I called it. I don't know. I just made that up. Y'all can name it whatever you want, and then y'all can tweak it and change it and make it yours. But I think this is going to be life-changing for your business, and I think if you really, really work at it And I know Cindy will help you guys, each of y'all, through it. And then I think you're going to see, like, come July and August, some explosive growth in your business. Not to mention using this, but also convention and the new product coming out. All that's going to build up. And then you're going to be earning stuff for Leaders Retreat also. So it's just going to be a great summer. I'm really excited. So let me grab my Zoom for you real quick, and I will pull it up. Hopefully it's coming. All right. Can y'all see that?
Yes.
Can you see it, Cindy?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay. So creating the big mo. If you don't know what that is, that would be, who knows? Momentum.
Oh, momentum. Yes.
Momentum. Creating momentum. Getting from where you are right now to where you want to be. And there's the little fish jumping into the other bowl. So the top thing I would say, and y'all don't have to like write furiously to get all this down. I'll send this slideshow to Cindy so that you guys will have it. So just kind of watch and kind of listen, and then you can take notes later when I send it to her. So first I would say concentrate on what you can do. I think so many people are worried about what they can't do, and they try and improve their skills on what they can't do. And not that that's a bad thing, but you really need to start focusing in on what you can do and what you do well. And then look at your team, your runners, those that are really working this business, and find their strengths and pull their strengths out. And then you kind of give them jobs, put them to work, so to speak, in their strengths. And you'll find that you're moving forward a lot faster because you're all using your strengths. And isn't it more fun to use your strengths and what you're good at, right?
Yes.
Don't get distracted by the small problems. I mean, everyday life, we have small problems. We've had big problems with Plexus in the back office, and we all know that all that has come full circle, and now we are shipping out in the same day, and all those problems seem to be fixed right here before convention, which is fantastic. So there's little issues, little drama that can come up on your team, and you lose someone or you lose a preferred customer. Those are small problems. You've got to keep your eye on that big picture out there, right? So don't get distracted by those small problems. You just keep on keeping on, keep swimming. All right, so this is what momentum is. This is what momentum can do for your team. It's the great exaggerator. It's like a magnifying glass on your team. Whenever your team has great momentum and they start adding people, and all of a sudden you just can start seeing it, it's like a magnifying glass. It makes leaders look better than they are. Now, that's not a bad thing, but momentum truly makes leaders look amazing. It makes it look like they're controlling all this, when really what they've done is put that spark in each of their people, and then all of a sudden they're adding people left and right. All right, you're going to help followers perform better. Okay, your ambassadors are going to follow your pace. If you're adding one person a month, they might add one person a month. If it's 3 people a month and trying to go silver each month, then they're going to do what you're doing. So if your pace is fast, most likely the ones that are really in it, the runners, their pace will be fast. If your pace is slow, their pace is going to be slow. So think about that, because even slow is a pace. All right, and then once you start this momentum, it's very easy to steer. It's harder to start, but it's easy to steer once you get it going. And momentum is the most powerful change agent in this Plexus job. The leader is responsible for creating the momentum for their team. Mm-hmm. So think about that. As a leader, you're going to be responsible for creating it, to figure out a way to get it and to get it going. All right, and then what you must have to create momentum is vision, enthusiasm, motivation, and then action. You can be as excited and as cheerleader for your team, but if you're not doing anything, if you're not putting these things into action, then obviously nothing's going to happen. You've got to have a clear vision for your team. Let them know this is how my team is and this is how it's going to run. You know, the one Plexus attitude. You create the culture and the vision for your team. And then, of course, enthusiasm we know is important. Everyone should have their own motivation. I should have put why there also. I mean, if you don't know your why, then why are you doing it?
Right.
Everyone needs to have their why. And then, of course, the action, which is what we're going to talk about. So the $1 million question, how do we put the action behind creating the momentum? So I'm going to put some things you can do up on the screen, and you probably already are doing most of these. So number one would be to get your team to meetings, even if they don't have guests that come. Mm-hmm. Get your team, and you should be going to meetings in your hometown. If you have ambassadors that are brave enough to step out of their comfort zone and do a meeting, then make sure you're there. If you don't have local meetings, then start one. And then, of course, you must personally invite guests. Don't just stick it up on your Facebook and say, hey, I have a meeting, because they'll see it and go on. My favorite thing to do is the day of the meeting that morning is to pick up the phone and say, hey, Susie, what you doing tonight? Oh, nothing. I don't have any plans. Oh, great. Hey, I'm kind of doing this girls' night thing, and we can stop at Starbucks and get some coffee. Of course, here in Rockport, I say we can stop at McDonald's and get some coffee, since there's no Starbucks here. And that didn't go over as well here. But anyway, you get the idea. So make it personal. This business is about relationships. Okay, number 2 is the 3-way call or a Zoom. So what we're doing now, you can do with your new people when they start. So say you sign up Susie and she's your new ambassador. Then say, hey, Susie, let's get on a Zoom call or a 3-way call with my upline, and let's chat, and let's get a vision going. Let's get a strategy going. Let's get you excited about it. You can do it on a 3-way call or a Zoom. And why those are important over messaging, over emails, and over text. The main thing is that it's personal, and they can see your face. They can see your excitement. Even if you have no makeup on, you've been moving, that's okay, because they're going to see how excited you are about these products, how excited you are about the opportunity. They can't read that in a text. I can type out in a text, I am so excited about Plexus, but it's just black and white. But when they can see it on your face and say, I am passionate about this company, it means more. It gets in their head more. All right, and then what we're going to talk about mainly today is the Power Prospecting Zoom, which I think will change your business. All right, and so here's a little dominoes, because I think what this is going to cause is a domino effect in your business. So what it is there's your prospect, and then your 3 guests. 2 to 3 guests is what I ask people to get on. So this is a new person that's interested in Plexus. So say Susie has come up to me and said, I think I'm ready to sign up for Plexus. I just need to hear a little more. Or I'm really ready to try the product. Then this is where you're going to come into play and say, oh, would you? So let me go up here. So here's simple steps. Find one prospect that's interested in either joining or buying and wants to know more. And then you're going to ask them, hey, Susie, do you have a few friends or maybe a few family members that could use better health or weight loss or maybe better wealth? I mean, who doesn't need that, right? So you could say, could you maybe find 2 to 3 friends to get online and do this Zoom conference with me and my upline? Now, I'm doing it with your closest Jewel upline on my team. So you could do it with Cindy. You could do it with your upline if you think. So that's kind of up to you on how you want to do it. So you're basically getting a prospect, and you're getting that prospect to get 2 or 3 friends on a Zoom call all together. And then, of course, that has the potential to not only get Susie to sign up, but get Susie's 3 friends to sign up, or 2 friends, or however many she can get on the call. Because if you can get them to hear these testimonies and hear the belief, 9 times out of 10, they sign up, right? I know that when I bring people to opportunity meetings live, I've never had one that didn't sign up after that meeting, if you can get them there. So this is a way to get your friend in a different state up in New York that wants to join, say, hey, you can't come to an opportunity with me, but I can get Cindy and we can get on the Zoom and, hey, get 2 friends. Just find 2 friends to get on the Zoom with you. And then it's like you're doing an online opportunity meeting on Zoom. Now, we know we have older people or people that are afraid of Zoom. And so you could also do this on a conference call, like that freeconferencecall.com, or you could do it on a 3-way, or you could walk them through Zoom and how to sign up and all that. So the Zoom call script, what to go over, I would start with an introduction. I would introduce, if I'm getting Susie on the call, then I would introduce myself and give my testimony, have the Jewel give their testimony and their why, their business testimony. And then next I would talk about the key objections to Palexis. Before you talk about the products, I would talk about the objections, because if you can get that out of the way, because if Susie says, wait, is it FDA approved? As soon as that's out of her mouth, her other 2 friends that are on that call are thinking, oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, and their brain is going, and then they're not really thinking about what you're going to say next. Mm-hmm. So if you can right away say, oh, let me get say, here are the 3 things I'm asked most. Will Palexis work? Is it FDA approved? And what about the cost? Is it affordable? So, you can talk about those 3 things right up front. Obviously, that baby formula is not FDA approved, right? So, and you guys know the drill on that. No supplements are FDA approved. So once you put that out there, they're no longer thinking about that. They've moved on. And then, of course, will it work? We talk about the thousands of testimonies out there. We talk about our testimonies. And then the cost, I always say, what's your health worth to you? I've given up soda. I've given up my Sonic happy hour that I went to every day. And I don't go to the doctor. I don't need medicine anymore. I don't need allergy medicine. And you have to be careful, with compliance. If you're talking and it's a private conversation like we're having right now, you can say allergies. You just can't, as you know, say that live on Facebook. But if you're having a private conversation, you're good to go. All right. So after would get done with their objections, then go to a few key products. Don't share all the products. I think it's too much. You want the Zoom to be maybe 20 minutes, so you don't want it to be too long and take up too much of their day. So I would definitely introduce maybe Triplex, maybe X Factor and Mega X. You kind of need to know your audience, who you're talking to. If it's somebody like me that has the gene mutation, the MTHFR, that's what our X Factor is phenomenal for, because it has the methyl B12, the folate instead of the folic acid. So if you have someone like that, then you're going to want to talk about the X Factor and the aloe. If you have someone that's been really sick, you want to talk about ProBio and X Factor. So if your ambassador that's getting these people on the call, if they can kind of tell you a little bit about them, you can kind of tweak what products you talk about. But I would always talk about Triplex, number 1, of course. Slim and ProBio, BioCleanse are definitely what everyone should be on regardless. All right, and then your if you have other ambassadors on the call or on the Zoom, they can give their testimony. And then from there, I would just kind of let it go where it goes. If they ask a question, you can answer it. If they ask a question and you don't know the answer, either your Jewel upline can answer, or if they ask a crazy question like, I heard this ingredient does such and such, and you don't have a clue, then all you have to say is, you know what, I will research that and get back with you. I'm not sure. I haven't heard that yet, or whatever. So then write it down. Don't forget to write it down so that you can then go back to them and let them know. And then you're done. 20 minutes and that's it. And so think, Mr. Winnie the Pooh, if a prospect can get a few friends to sign up or buy products right away, what confidence do you think that they'll have? Could they then do this again and again? And can you see how those dominoes might kind of fall for your team and start to build that momentum? And what if your team set these calls up? What if they started doing this? Can you see the potential for that? So think about that. I think that this can be great. Amy Paul, she turned Sapphire the same month I did in March, and she just turned Diamond this month. Or was it last month or this month? And her husband also just turned Sapphire. Now, granted, they do have that bus, and I'm sure that helps as well. But this is what she's been using for the last 4 months. So I can really see where it's helped her. So I trained my team on it Sunday, and we are kicking forward with this going into the summer. So I think this is going to be huge for y'all.
Awesome. How long do they usually last?
I would say 20 minutes maybe.
Okay.
And of course, if they're asking lots of questions, it can last longer. And you could always say, all right, if you need to go, go. If you have more questions, stay. And I would think probably 20 minutes would be tops.
Okay, perfect. And then I got from you the new ambassador training, Zoom from you. Mm-hmm. And do you recommend that like weekly for your team, for all these new people?
We do. We have every week we do a new ambassador training, and I have different jewels that lead that every week. So once a week, and I think they're on like Monday nights or something. And I've got a new slideshow I can send you. I think I sent you the other one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I used it.
Yep.
I'd love to get the other one. I can put it in the file section for this group too.
Okay. All right. I'll get that one to you also.
Yeah. Because I think that's really important. Once we get these people on, we need to, have them do some training with that.
Yes.
That would be awesome. Do you mind if we open it up a little bit for some questions?
No. Go ahead. Ask questions. Yes,
would that
please.
be okay?
Absolutely.
So Anna has a little question.
I do. Thank you for being with us today. It's awesome that you're sharing all your wonderful secrets. But we are kind of experiencing a little momentum here. So I was just curious about, we're like right in the middle of it. So what should we be doing, I guess, as leaders to keep it going, or, keep track of all the new people, or I don't know, any little tips there, I guess?
If you're in momentum, then you steer it. And so keeping it going, you could do some contests to keep it going. You could pick out your runners that are really doing well and signing lots of people, and maybe do a little training with them. The 21 laws of leadership. Have y'all done that yet?
We're doing it. We're starting this month.
Okay. Yes. So you could do that. Now, I would not do it with new people. I would only do it with your runners. So if you're experiencing great momentum right now, take those leaders that have really shown to step it up and be a leadership and get them in that 21 days. Because if they can realize what they need to do as leaders, then they can start doing that to keep the momentum on their legs as well. So you're not having to do, all the steering yourself, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
And little contests help. I mean, it doesn't have to be much. They work for a water bottle that says Plexus.
Yeah.
If you want to step it up, you could do a free product. I kind of like to do free products because then I'm putting back into my own business also. I know people do jewelry and all that. And so, it's up to you. But any little thing that you could say, hey, I have a goal. Let's sign 5 people by the end of the week. And if you sign a person, you get a water bottle or something. I mean, just any little thing, little extra thing you can throw out there, I think, while you're in momentum really helps.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else have a question? This is a good time to ask.
Throw it at me.
What about some tips on getting people engaged in the leadership retreat? What if you tell these girls about leadership retreat, how awesome they need to get there?
Oh, man. Leaders is amazing. How many of y'all have been? Any of you been in there?
2. Looks like 2 in this group.
Okay.
And you? I have.
So, yes. Leaders Retreat is amazing, y'all. It is like the cream of the crop of Plexus, and you get to spend more quality time with some of the leaders. and they go all out. Last year, they rented the street for us. I was blown away. It's like they step it up every year. So, and it's at the Gaylord. It is amazing. So don't just, when the points and stuff are going to come out soon while we're at convention, as soon as you get those points, what I do is I divide. You pick your goal. Obviously, if you're only silver, only a gold, you may not want to pick your goal to be the Bloomies shopping spree. Let's pick a goal that is obtainable for you. Now, there have been lower levels that have made that shopping spree. I would love to do it. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but I'm certainly going to shoot for it. So you find your goal that you think that you can make, and then make a plan to get there. Don't just say, I want that $3,000 check or $2,000, whatever it is for leaders. I want to be on that stage. So if that's your goal, then you divide, however many points it takes to get there. Decide your PV, how much PV do you typically get? Are you getting 500 a month, 1,000? You can add in those points and then add in, how many people you're going to have to sign, your team, 1 through 4. And then so it comes down to like maybe a week, I need 10 people on my team. And then make yourself a plan. If you don't make a plan, you will not get there. Mm-hmm. So, and it is amazing. You have to at least get there, even if you don't earn the extra fun prizes. Mm-hmm. Getting there is amazing. It'll build your belief. And if you can take your husband with you and get him on board, amazing. Mm-hmm. Once your husband gets on board with this.
Yes, I highly recommend when you earn it, because all of them are going to earn it. I'm not going to say if.
When you earn.
You are bringing your spouse. You need to bring your spouse. You need to bring your partner, just to give them the vision and to see what this company is, because the leaders will be there and the CEOs will be in with us. And you will you will really feel what this company is. And that's what gave me, like, through this whole October with our office change, having all the negativity thrown at me. If I didn't go to those 2 leadership retreats, I might have had a harder time. But knowing what these companies built on and what their beliefs are took me through that whole time. So I am just pouring into you guys this belief that you can do this. We totally believe it, and I want you to believe it. So no ifs or anything.
You have to be there.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, we're about on time, and so we have a question. Yes, Stephanie.
Kim, I have a quick question for you. So I have 15 people on my team that are coming to convention with me, and last year I only had 2. So what's the best way to maximize their time there so we can light a fire on our team as we all come back and help those 13 people the best I can do while we're there?
So while you're there, try and spend as much time with them as you can. So try and sit together. It's kind of difficult. And there's going to be so many more people than Arizona. Did you go last? Oh, yeah, you said you went last year. So it'll be harder to keep up with that many people. But what I did is I opened up a little chat group with all my people going. So do that if you haven't. And then you can communicate with them through that and let them know to check it after each session if you're going to meet them, say for lunch. Say, hey, we're going to meet at the food court over here for lunch if y'all want to. And then it gives them the opportunity if they want to or not. You could also plan maybe a little strategy session in your hotel room one night for them. Maybe a coffee and dessert time if you want, in your hotel room. Just and they may want to go do their own thing in Las Vegas, but at least you're offering it. Make sure you get a team picture too. I think that's important, of course. And then you can show each year how your team is growing. But I think just spending time with them, and that's what they want. And, introducing, if they don't know Cindy, you can introduce them to Cindy and, things like that. So.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So exciting that it's like next weekend that we leave to go.
I know. I'm a little overwhelmed because I'm packing. My house is in disarray.
I know.
I'll get there.
So exciting. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, thank you again, Kim. And what an example of one plexus for her to do this for us when she's moving and everything. That is just so awesome how our jewels are. We have amazing leaders in this company, and all of you on this call are going to be doing this because we're going to keep doing from our jewels. And I can't wait to say, look at Maureen. She used to be on this when she was a gold, and now she's emerald. I can't wait for that.
Yay.
So it's going to happen.
That's
Okay.
the best part about this is watching your people move up. I love it.
The best part.
Best part.
Yes. Oh, thank you again, Kim. And I hope I get to see you at convention. 12,000 people.
I hope so. Yes.
At least we get a hug.
Absolutely.
And thank you, everyone. And let's all unmute and thank her. And we will be done.